All right, Jen, so I got a question the other day and went like this. Antonio, I'm 42 years old and I love leather jackets, but what's the right style for my age? I definitely don't want to buy one that's out of fashion, and I don't want to buy one that's not appropriate for my age. Can you help a guy out? Sincerely, Paul. Well, Paul, I got some good news for you. Any man between the ages of 18 and 80 can pull off wearing a leather jacket if he buys the right one. Now, gents, I'm going to break today's video into two parts. First up, I'm going to give you the 3 general rules, things you want to pay attention to. Then I'm going to get into particular jacket styles and talk about the type of men, the age, the body type that's going to work for that particular style. But the first rule, the first thing you need to make sure anytime you buy a jacket, it has to fit you. When it comes to leather jackets, these are very difficult to get adjusted because if it doesn't fit you in the shoulders, if the sleeve length is 2 inches too long or 2 inches too short, if it is, just doesn't fit, the length doesn't look right. Getting this adjusted, 99.9% of men are not going to do this, so you're going to end up buying a jacket that's going to sit in your closet. So make sure when you buy the jacket, you try it on. When you buy it online, they've got a good return policy because you need to make sure that this is something when you look at yourself in the mirror, it looks good. Now, the second thing you want to pay attention, you need to understand is that different jacket styles are going to suit different body types. So there's a reason that most guys think that the leather jacket is it's the realm of the young man. Why? Because when you're 22 years old, you're usually in the best shape of your life. When you're 52 years old, you're not yet. You maybe gained a little bit of weight around the midsection, and a lot of styles that the leather jackets are made in are just not necessarily going to suit your body type. But if you're looking at the Moto style, if you're looking at the shorter jacket styles, the bomber type style leather jacket, you need to understand that that is really geared towards the man that's in great shape. If your midsection is larger, then you've got to understand that most leather jacket styles are not going to suit your build, and there's other clothing you're going to want to try. Now, the third rule to finding the perfect leather jacket is to understand that all leather jackets, by default, are casual. Yes, there are going to be some styles of leather jacket, maybe one that's in an overcoat style.
He's beginning to believe.
That is going to feel more formal, but the material of leather, especially the tougher leather or leather in a lighter color, this is always going to be a casual material. When compared with worsted wool or cashmere or anything like that, this is not going to be the domain normally of dress clothing. Now, what about the different types of leathers out there? For today's video, I'm focusing on cattle and calf, the most common types out there, but you will see bison, you're going to see goat, you're going to see sheep, you're even going to see kangaroo, you're going to see elk, you're going to see deer. There are many different materials that leather is made from. Now, what about the cut of the leather? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top grain. We're going to be talking about the full grain. This is going to be made from the top part of the leather. This is considered to be the more durable part. And depending on where you cut it from the hide, it can be totally unblemished. It could maybe have a few cuts or scrapes. Point being is this is going to be the part of leather the vast majority of leather jackets are made from. Now, what about suede? Suede is a type of genuine leather, and that's going to be a lower cut of leather, so it's not going to come from the top part of the hide. Therefore, it's not going to be water resistant. It's often going to be less dense, but there are a lot of properties to it that make it very attractive. Because it's not as dense, it's going to be softer. It's going to be more supple. It also has a textured surface. Now, personally, I've always been disappointed when it comes to the options out there for suede jackets. I felt that they should keep the style simple and they should have fun with the colors. I want something that's going to be able to match anything in my wardrobe, whether it be jeans, whether it be dark gray flannels. I wanted something I can dress up and something I can dress down. So guys, check out these jackets right here. These are all prototypes, and I would love to hear from you guys. Down in the description of today's video, I've got a place where you can enter your email. I'm not selling anything right now. I'm just gathering, seeing if there's interest in me producing these suede jackets. I'll send you more information. Right now, we're at the early phases on this project. I'm just wanting to get interest, and I want to share more of the idea with you. So yeah, check it out down below. So the first leather jacket style I want to talk about, it's an American icon, and that is the double rider. So this jacket style was introduced over 70 years ago by a guy named Irving Schott, and it was made popular in the movie The Wild One when Marlon Brando wore this jacket, and all of a sudden everybody had to have one. So this jacket is a functional jacket. And I think if you're 18 or if you're 80, you can pull it off. If you ride motorcycles, if you used to ride motorcycles, you just like the look, you feel it looks amazing on you, then you can pull off this jacket. But in general, it does look best on men that are in shape. Now, if you can't tell, this jacket is a casual jacket with the asymmetrical fastening, with the diagonal zipper, with those oversized collars right on there. Everything about this jacket just screams this is a functional piece. This isn't something clean. This isn't something that you'd be able to dress up. That being said, it's an American classic, and I absolutely love this jacket. I think any guy can pull it off if you've got the body for it and if you understand that it's really geared for guys that ride bikes. Next up, we've got my favorite type of leather jacket, the Moto Racer, also known as the Cafe Racer. When you look at this jacket, you see symmetry. You see something that is very sleek, very simple in design. This is all about protection. This is all about function. When you go up there and you see it zips up all the way on the collar. And by the way, if it's a true racing jacket, when you open it up, it's also going to have a flap there to protect you from the wind coming in. Point being is this jacket right here is designed for the elegant European racer on a motorcycle. And that's really where it has its origin. Absolutely love this one. It's classic in design. Usually if it's a true racer, it's going to have a snap over that's going to fully shut up that collar. If it doesn't have that, then it's just more for show. Now, if you choose to purchase this jacket in a dark leather, you can dress it up. If you choose to go with a lighter color or with contrast colors, you're going to see a lot of these racers using bright colors. That is going to bring down the formality, make it more of a fun, casual jacket. Really, it's up to you. You also want to pay close attention to the quality of the hardware. In this case, the zippers. The zipper that not only goes up and down the front, but the zipper you're going to find over on the pockets. You're going to find occasionally on the sleeves. These are all natural on a Cafe Racer, and you want to make sure that they go up and down. You don't get any type of catching. A low quality zipper is oftentimes an indicator that they didn't use a good quality leather as well. Next up, we've got the leather bomber jacket, also known as the leather flight jacket. These, as the name implies, have history with pilots. Why would pilots wear leather jackets? Well, because leather does a very good job of stopping wind right in its tracks, and it's going to be flexible. You're going to be able to move around in the cockpit, and you need to be able to stay warm. They weren't heated. A lot of people don't know. Once you're up at like 20,000, 15,000, even 10,000 feet, it gets really cold really fast. So when those cockpits were not insulated, hey, you needed to make sure that you actually stayed warm. Another key characteristic of bomber jackets is going to be the elastic around the wrists and around the waist. This helps to keep in that warm air and better insulate the wearer. Other key characteristics are going to be a turn-down collar lined with fleece to help keep the pilot warm, and occasionally you'll see large pockets right there on the front lower part of the jacket so the pilot can throw whatever he wants inside. In general, this is a very casual style, but suitable for any age range. Seriously, I've been at air shows and I've seen pilots in their 50s and 60s pulling this jacket style off and looking good. Now, really quick, let's talk about the varsity style jacket. And the leather you're going to see here is usually just on the sleeves. So some of you guys may not consider this a leather jacket. I do. So this style right here is geared towards the younger man, the man in high school, the man in college, hence the style of this jacket. I think if you're 24 years old, you graduated college 2 years ago, yeah, probably not something you want to be still wearing your varsity jacket, and definitely not your high school jackets. But in general, this is, in my opinion, a young man style. So the next jacket I want to talk about is the car coat. It's called that because of the length of the jacket. So in general, jackets are going to be at the waist area, and then coats are going to be a lot longer. Coats will sometimes even go down to your mid-calf area. But if you're going to be getting in and out of a vehicle, you know you don't want to wear a long jacket because it's going to drag, it's going to get caught. Car coats were developed to actually be that perfect length, just covering the buttocks so they provide a lot of warmth in and around your torso area, but not so long as that when you get in and out of the vehicle, they get caught on anything. Whenever I'm traveling over in Ukraine, I see a lot of these, and I think that they actually look great. Now, car coats in general are very simple and clean in design. You're not going to see a whole lot of accessories or hardware on this. They're going to have pockets, but they're often going to be jetted, so you won't even see them unless you have your hands in them. So because of all this, I think car coats can be dressed up, and these type of jackets look amazing on men over the age of 30, 40, 50. If you want to be a younger guy and pull this jacket off, you can, but I think that this is the realm of the older man. And in my opinion, these jackets are just perfect for older guys to look, I think, stately. And yeah, they're just solid jackets. I think every older man should have in his wardrobe. The next leather jacket style I want to talk about is the utility jacket, the fatigue jacket. This one has a military origin, has a hunting origin. It's simply a functional jacket. It's going to be a very casual jacket because of the 4 large pockets right there on the front. You will see some of these jackets with only 2 pockets, but they're going to have fasteners. They're going to have large hardware. You're going to see buttons on the front. You're also going to see zippers on the front in more modern variations. These go back over 100 years. And the key here is a jacket that can protect a man, keep them warm. So you're going to find insulated versions, non-insulated version. It comes in a wide variety of styles. I think in the movie Defiance, Daniel Craig is pulling one off and it looks amazing. I like this jacket style because it's a bit longer. So if you've got a bit of a midsection, these longer jackets like this and the car coat, they're going to work really well for you. Don't have to worry about, they'll cover that extra 20, 30, 40 pounds even. And it'll make you look good. So these jackets in general, I think are solid, but remember they lie in the realm of casual wear. These aren't jackets that you could ever dress up. Now, gents, I know you got an opinion. I want to hear from you down in the comments. What is your favorite style of leather jacket? Let me know down in the comments. Next up on this list, we have the leather blazer, aka the cattleman. And some of you guys are going to say, come on, this is only for mobsters or cowboys. I think if it fits you well, and if you really like the look, let's say you're a Soprano fan, let's say you did grow up on a ranch, why not pull this look off? In general, go for a darker leather and make sure it's a 2-button. If it's a 3-button or a 4-button or a 1-button, you may want to avoid it and make sure it's classic in style. The key here is you've got to make sure it fits you, because if it's way too big or if it's too small, getting that adjusted, very difficult. Most tailors cannot work on leather, but if you put one on and it just feels great, you find it at a great deal, why not? Especially if you're a guy in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, go for it and have fun. Two other styles of leather jackets you're going to see out there occasionally, the leather duster and the leather fencing jacket. Both of these very specialty type jackets I do not recommend for the vast majority of men, but let's say you're still riding a horse, you want a functional piece and you find that leather duster, it's on sale, well, go for it. Or if you're going to be doing a lot of fencing, you're into that, and you find a leather fencing jacket and just love the style, want it incorporated into your wardrobe, why not? So what video to watch next? How about 10 things I wish I would have bought sooner? Seriously, if I would have bought these things, I would have been much better off. So what are they? Find out, gents, by clicking on this video right here.